I'm CK. Today we've got a kit from Madlab via Whadda. It's their electric telegraph keyer. I don't know how relevant that is for most people anymore, because I don't know how many people still broadcast shortwave, but it'll still be an interesting kit. We'll see how it works, see what can be done with it besides telegraph or Morse code practice, and I hope you enjoy the video. Typical Whadda box, a plain box with a wrapper to identify the product you're working with this time. It's nice. It allows them to make some standardized packing decisions. So the electric telegraph, there will be a key here, LED here, a speaker, and looks like 2 transistors, which I'm going to make the assumption are simply to make a buzz through the beeper instead of just having the light go off. Circuit board, block, LED, a couple of transistors, a couple of capacitors, some resistors, and a key. So it's going to be a pretty simple kit. Let's open it up. See what we got. Huh. We have a glossy piece of paper. Whadda usually has simply black and white. But again, this is from Madlab. Okay, tells you how to do everything. That's why. I was wondering, as you can see, there's a little connector here. And what that's for is so you can connect 2 telegraphs together and send messages between them. So that would mean if you and your sister are in separate bedrooms and late at night you want to communicate, you can run wires between the 2 rooms and Morse code back and forth to each other, which would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? I don't know, because they're just going to be using their iPhones or Android devices and texting each other, but maybe they won't. I don't know. Here's the circuit board. No values on the board, so we'll have to use the build guide for that. Little piezo speaker and the connector that I just talked about. Some silver traces on the back, obviously a single layer simple board. 9-volt battery snap. In here we've got, I don't know what this foam is for. A little block of foam. Now I'm going to look at this is the keyer, and it better be pretty flexible. Oh, that's kind of stiff. That's hard. Oh no. I like a much looser telegraph keyer, but if you're just starting out or learning, should be fine. Now this piezo speaker does not have polarity marked. I think it'll only go one way on the board to stay inside the circle. Oh, this copyright on this board is 2017. So no, it'll go in either way. It may be able to go in either way. I don't know. We'll find out. And we've got some BC 547s. I think those are PNP transistors. And some resistors, and again the little connector. And that's about it. So I'll get the soldering iron heated up, and we'll put this thing rather quickly together. Alright, we're going to do the resistors first. We've got 3 1K resistors. I'm going to do those first. Brown, black, red. We'll do one of them at R1. As you may be able to see, I didn't have to press the leads all the way up against the body. There's plenty of space. I'm going to do this one to see how the board takes solder. takes solder very well. So that's pretty much it about talking about resistors. So I'm going to put the rest of them on, mute the commentary, and speed it up. And that's them, and I apologize, I didn't have my microphone clipped to my lapel, so that first segment was probably a little faded. Now we'll do the two capacitors. They're 4N7s, so that's 472. That's 4 7 and 2 zeros for 4700 picofarad, which is 4.7 nanofarad. So these resistors, one resistor is for for the LED current limiting. The others are R2, R3, R4, and R5 are to make the little oscillation that'll make the piezo. One of them is to make the piezo go off. The other one, I don't know if the other one is connected to the connector or not. Let me see. So the connector comes from, yeah, it's coming from the 2 transistor bridge. I don't know if that's, they don't include a schematic. So those are the 2 capacitors. Now we'll put the 2 transistors on. We have to spread the legs out a little bit, because the pad for the transistors is huge compared to the actual size of transistors. Now you want to make sure the flat side of the transistor is facing the flat side outlined on the circuit board. So you've got your electrical flow right. I think I'll solder these guys that I've got put on the board right now. Now we'll put the LED on, and oops, golly gosh, or we'll drop the LED on the floor first. Now I've got it back. So the long lead is positive, short lead is negative, anode and cathode, and you can see on the printed circuit board, the printing there has a flat line on the bottom of it. That's for the showing you the cathode side, also the side that has the flat spot on the LED. So put that in there like so. We can't get it all the way flat because the holes are too big. Now we'll put the piezo in, and it goes either way because, again, it's not a speaker, it's a piezo buzzer. So polarity doesn't matter on that. And then we're going to put the interconnect so we can send signals to someone else if we choose. Maybe I'll set one up for my cats so I can tell them when it's feeding time. Like I have to tell them when it's feeding time. They know when it's feeding time and they find me. Maybe I can teach them to telegraph me. Let me show you something that I overlooked for a second and happens with these older through-hole boards. I'm going to zoom in, really see how close I can get here. Oops, jerking the camera around, I'm sorry. So look at this solder joint that I've got in the center right now. You may be able to see that there's an unfilled circle there. Often on these single-layer, non-through-hole plated circuit boards, if the wire is a lot thinner than the circuit board hole, the solder will just create a ring around it instead of flowing over it, as you can see with the other ones I have there. Let me drop it back down, refocus, back up a little bit. So always keep an eye out for what I call haloing. You could also call it a little lifesaver around it. and you may have to go back in and really just fill it in. But something to watch out for, because it was slightly connected, but could have been jarred loose or something else. Now we're going to put the key on, and it's got two little index pins on the body to ensure you get it right, even though of course you want the clicky end down here, so that helps you get it right also. Now we're going to put the battery snap on, and they recommend threading it through, so we've got 4 holes here. 2 center ones are to put the wire through, like so, and then we'll pull them pretty much far through. I always like to do that so I'm not fighting with it too much, and doubling them back, and we'll pull that slack in a little bit. Doubling them back and put them in the right holes. Black goes in negative, red goes in positive, as is standard. Now snug the wires back down. And that is that for assembly. So I'm going to go get one of my rechargeable 9-volt batteries. I'm walking to my battery station in my workshop, grabbing out a 9-volt from its charger, touching it to my tongue to make sure it's charged, like I've been doing since I was 6 years old. And we'll give it a try. Oh, this leaked. Huh. That's interesting. I've got rust in here. I don't know if it's going to have enough power left. It didn't feel too tingly, so I'm not sure. So we've put that on. Now we're going to start clicking it. Oh no, it's fine. And it's got a nice little beeper. And that's what it does. You can practice your Morse with that. They do have a little Morse chart for English on the back. So you can say hi. I was going to spell out, I hope you enjoyed the video, but I'm not gonna. So a good little kit.